very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. R.J. Harris, thank you very much for that kind introduction. Joe Pitts, great to see you here. What a great congressman you guys have in Joe Pitts. Yes, you do. Well, it's just great to be back in Lancaster. Thanks so much for your support and for your encouragement. I don't know about you, but I think we're about to win an election. What do you think? I think we are on our way, and folks, it's going to come not a moment too soon. Just think about the damage these guys have been doing. Serial bailouts of failing companies, government nationalizing whole industries, spending money on a scale we've never seen before, the corresponding deficits and debt that are piled on the backs of our kids and grandkids. It's just unaffordable. You add in cap and trade and card check and government-run health care. Is it any wonder we don't have an economic recovery going on?
Yeah.
Is it any wonder we don't have job growth? The policies in Washington are preventing us from having the kind of recovery we could be having, we should be having, and we would be having. And this race for Senate, contrast couldn't be more stark. Because I'm running against a guy you may have heard of. His name is Joe Sestak. Now, Joe Sestak has voted for every single item on that agenda. There are no exceptions. His only criticism is that it doesn't go far enough. It's amazing. Take the bailouts. Joe Sestak voted for every single bailout that's come down the pike. When a bipartisan majority of the House of Representatives said finally enough's enough with the TARP and wanted to bring it to an end, not Joe Sestak. He voted to keep it going. Joe Sestak likes bailouts so much that the ones they had in the House weren't enough, so he introduced his own. So if you enjoy paying your mortgage, you'll be happy to know he has a bill to have you pay someone else's mortgage also. That's true. You can't make this stuff up. The stimulus bill. $830 billion of money we don't have, spent on a whole lot of things we don't need. And by the way, do you know one particular item in that bill that sticks in my craw? $31 million earmarked to build a spring training facility for the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Colorado Rockies. Now I want to stipulate for the record that I'm a baseball fan. I like baseball. I like Major League Baseball. I think every baseball team should have, needs to have, a spring training facility. But I have an idea. How about we make the owners pay for them? Joe Sestak voted for that bill and said it's too small. It should have been $1 trillion. That cap and trade energy tax that would just devastate our economy here in Pennsylvania. Joe Sestak voted for that and said it didn't go far enough. The health care bill. 2,000 pages and $2 trillion of mandates and regulations that are driving up the cost of health care, already causing companies to drop their coverage. Joe Sestak not only voted for that, but in committee he voted for a version of the bill that would have allowed states to ban all private health insurance altogether, make it illegal to offer private health insurance. The list goes on and on. You know, you didn't probably think there was room there, but Joe Sestak has found a way to get to the left of Nancy Pelosi. It is a fact. It's a fact. He's voting with Nancy Pelosi 100% of the time. But here's the good news. I'm pretty sure Pennsylvania is not going to elect the San Francisco liberal to the United States Senate. What do you think? So when I think about this agenda that President Obama and Nancy Pelosi and Joe Sestak have been inflicting on us, and I think about the election that's just 4 days away, I'm reminded of a great quote from the great Winston Churchill, who said about all of us, he said, "You can always count on the Americans to get it right, after they've exhausted every other possible option." So, ladies and gentlemen, the Pelosi-Obama-Sestak agenda is the process of exhausting the other options. On Tuesday, people of Pennsylvania and the American people are going to get it right. I believe we're going to take back our country, and we're going to go back on the road to prosperity. You know, we know how to do this. We can't grow government as a way to restore prosperity. We can't borrow and spend our way to prosperity. Tom Corbett knows this very well, and that's why he's going to be a great governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. But what we can do is unleash the tremendous energy and spirit, the innovation, the entrepreneurship of the American people and people across Pennsylvania. You know, the fundamental assets of a great economy and a strong recovery are all still here. Our factories weren't destroyed. Our farms are still productive. Our mines still produce. We still have the intellectual infrastructure, the energy, the work ethic. It's all still there. We just need to unleash it with policies in Washington that will encourage the private sector job growth that we need. So that's what we need to do. This isn't rocket science. If we clear away the threats coming out of Washington, the excessive regulation, the government takeovers, if we make the 2003 tax cuts permanent for everybody, if we get spending under control, and get this federal government living within its means again, if we do those things, then I am convinced that the 21st century will be another great American century, and we'll have a terrific economic recovery like we want and what we need and deserve. We'll have the job growth that we need across the Commonwealth and across America. But I have to say, it starts on Tuesday. It starts on Tuesday, and very much here in Lancaster County. I need to do well here. Tom Corbett needs to do well here. I know we will, but it doesn't happen by accident. We need all of you to do everything you can. We've just got a few days left. I promise you the other side has not given up. They're going to stay here and they're going to keep pounding away until the polls close, so we've got to do the same. And I am very grateful to all of you for your support, the time and effort you've been putting into this, but I've got to ask you, please don't let up now. The end is within sight. I feel like there's a victory within reach, but it's not yet in hand. We can all be confident, but we can't be complacent. We got to work as hard as we can to get this job done. So I just want to ask you to please, when you leave today, keep the effort up. We've got a great opportunity here to take back our country and get back on the right track. Let's do this together. Let's make sure we do this for Tom Corbett and Pat Toomey and candidates all up and down the ballot. We can make this happen.